pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Oh, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
One more day. Let's go, everybody. We're getting into this week, and no matter what, I feel like everything tends to happen on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Because here we are again. There was some interesting things out there yesterday, and now all hell breaking loose yet again on Wednesday. The season's turning into a circus, which, let's be real. We knew it was going to be a circus. Titans popping more cases. It's been 10 days now. They're still popping cases. The Patriots popping another case. Patty Mahomes is probably infected. There's a really good chance. Not saying that any of the other players were too, for all we know. But yeah, it's a mess. We got 3 games in flux right now, 2 for sure with the positives, and a third one that could definitely hit some kind of wall in the next couple of days.
Not to mention, God gave us a little hurricane action here coming too.
That's also true.
If some levees start breaking and dead bodies rise up from the graves because they're sub-sea level down in New Orleans, we may not have a Monday night game.
Well, I did hear their contingency for that is just moving it to Indiana, which is, pain for everybody.
That's, hey, that's cool. I can't believe that you would want to do this in an environment such as this, though. Like, oh, cool, let's pack it up and move it to a completely different city.
Just fuck it.
Just keep the circus going because it's worked out.
COVID's not real until it's real, all right? This isn't a problem until at least there's 3 dead bodies. You got 1? 2, 3. Okay, we'll shut it down.
It's a crazy way that this thing spreads, though. It's nuts. 22 people now on Tennessee between coaches and people, and they clearly are being defiant pricks, as we kind of did last night. And then you found the article today that basically says they're just giving a middle finger.
They went out, right? They had their own voluntary or whatever. They held a practice workout outside of protocol. Obviously, they're supposed to be quarantining, but nope, they're all going to get together. So I'm sure that is definitely playing a part in this, and it's not slowing things down. I saw
they're going full Florida Marlins.
And somebody said, I stay with my players is our livelihood. And it's like, well, yeah, but you know what? People are going to fucking die from this shit. And A.J. Brown, spouting off like, hey, man, there's a tape, but you can't get my picture out of that tape. I played the 5th. He was pulling his best Chappelle Show impersonation there, but it wasn't funny in this case.
It's crazy to me to think that they are going full Florida Marlins right now. And
yeah,
it's so weird, though, that no one from the Vikings, who is the one that played them, has come down with anything. It gives you hope for Patty Mahomes and Tyreek and everybody who, Steph Gilmore was sweating on Monday night, and then Schefter for coming out and saying, I saw him and Cam out, having dinner with each other on Friday night. Well, that's
Schefter.
Yeah. Well and good.
What do you want, Raj?
It's before Cam tested positive, so I can't really be mad at Steph, but it's like, well, shit.
True.
What are you doing? And they flew everybody down on a separate plane and then flew them all back on one plane. So.
Well, the whole thing, that was all, as the NFL is great at, is just like fucking theater. Political theater, that's their game. They flew on 2 planes, but they're all going to be in the same fucking locker room. They're all going to be in the same sideline. They're all going to be mixing anyway. So what's the point? Just, I mean,
Well, I think the idea was that by the time that you got down there, if anybody tested positive, you just hop right back on that jet, you go home.
yeah, but I
Those
mean,
20 players, because everybody else should have been all right. But who knows?
I mean, it's whatever. They were already mixed. It's, it's one of those things. I mean, I don't see anything wrong necessarily with the two having dinner. Obviously, being out in public having dinner, that's one thing. Together is different. I mean, they're in the locker rooms together. Those dudes are sweating all over each other. I'm sure the group shower scenes are, like step above Top Gun's volleyball scene. But, they're together. It's just, it is what it is. I think it's. Once it gets into a locker room, it's going to spread. I mean, that's happened in baseball. Once it's there, it's going to go around.
Yeah.
The Cardinals had a bunch of cases, and it was, it didn't seem like a lot of people were breaking protocol. It just takes one or two and sharing shit.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens here. We'll see exactly what happens here. But
yeah, it's so again, everybody remember our rule, and like I say, we always say is you might have to keep these games in mind when you're making waiver moves. Maybe stash an extra quarterback or running back, receiver. I mean, just in case potentially there's 6 teams at stake, at risk. And, this is the first week of buys too. So everybody's already starting to hit some short lineups. I'd say for sure, Titans, Bills, and what is it, Patriots, and I don't know who the hell they're playing. But
I can't remember.
Yeah, those four teams, are the ones that are definitely at risk now.
Las Vegas had a positive test.
In Las Vegas, I mean, I don't know. They're taking such a cavalier attitude, which makes us think, well, they're going to play the games, but I don't think it's a great stance they're taking. But for a fantasy perspective, it seems like it's going to take a lot for games not to get played.
Yeah. No, I agree. In the event that it does happen, though, in the event that Roger Goodell comes out and wants to slap Tennessee with a big old, forfeit or something like that, we can't do anything about that. That's on.
Can't do anything about that.
It's on your manager to try to make do with it. It's whoever owns players on these teams. We put the only rule that I think is possible in place. And then for future reference, we're a slave to the platform. Sleeper Hit, like we were singing praises last night, has done a great job with this. And what I understand is too, if stuff gets played on Tuesday, it'll come back to the same week that it used to be on.
Right.
That being said, we don't know what happens if it's Wednesday, or whatever else. The NFL calendar seems to go from Tuesday to Monday night, but
we'll have to keep an eye on
defer
that.
the platform on that. So if for some reason something gets kicked because they think 2 teams have a bye coming up and they can take they can move it on to a Wednesday, and it's not a problem because they've got, a week off after week 6 bye begins. The NFL is going to do it. The platform's going to choose it for us, whether or not it comes in part.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep whatever, if it's supposed to be in this week. But again, right, what the NFL is going to start doing is going to be question 2. I mean, they can't – I guess you could make a team play Wednesday and play again Sunday or Monday. I mean, maybe. Right, we have no idea what they're going to do. What they should be doing is just, build in a couple weeks at the end of the season, kick the games there, and go some teams get some buys. For whatever.
The only way that I think it's possible that a team plays Wednesday and then Sunday, Monday is if one of those 2 teams has a bye the following that upcoming Sunday that they would have to play within a 4-day window, and the other gets to play Monday night. I can't possibly see how they say go out there with 3 days rest.
Well, right. I don't think they would, but
and I think that's part of the reason why they played that Chiefs-Patriots game on Monday night, because the Chiefs would have had to have played their original schedule was Sunday, Sunday, Thursday, or Sunday, Monday, Thursday. I don't remember which. Or Sunday, Thursday, Monday. I can't fucking remember. But anyway, like that was a heads up, And that's part of the reason why they didn't play it on Tuesday because of the quick turnarounds. Because it would have been Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday. That's what it was.
Yeah, the interesting. I just looked up the Chiefs. Interestingly, are playing Vegas, so throwing a shitstorm positives together, and then who was it? The Patriots playing Denver. So
Okay.
teams to look out for. But yeah, right. I don't. I mean, the only good thing that maybe come out of this is they get rid of all these stupid Thursday games. I mean, nobody fucking likes that shit. Money, I know. That's all money.
It helps me start my weekend, but if you get the poop fest out of there and give me better football overall, giving these guys more time to prep, I'm kind of for it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes fantasy a little bit easier. It's tough to just because most people don't do well in those Thursday night games, just because it's way out of the norm. So, but yeah, that is what it is. I mean, everything's just out of the norm. Everything's crazy. Everything's nuts. I mean, this is. As it fits with 2020, it's crazy. It's nuts. I mean, we're playing it by ear again. Now it gets real interesting because I think if Tennessee pops a test tomorrow, I think they're going to have to cancel that game again. And then we'll see what their real plans are because they've already exhausted their bye week. So, I mean, they throw up an L, say, all right, you forfeit, fuck you, and just go from there or what?
You got a lot out of that practice last week because you can't get back into your facility without 2 days of back-to-back clear tests.
Yeah.
So you've got to come clear tomorrow and you've got to come clear Friday in order to get back into your fucking facility to get ready for Sunday.
Right.
So,
plus, we don't even know who all these players are. I mean, they named the first few and then they've not named anybody else since.
Well, Corey Davis got put on it, so apparently he's on the restricted COVID list. So he's one. That doesn't necessarily
mean, you could have. Right. We don't know. Tannehill, Brown, I mean, Henry, those guys, I don't know. They could be involved or they could just get it by being around these other assholes. I mean, we don't know. And they're not saying, and which I think it's, for the most part, I think that's fine, respect some privacy. But at some point, they got to list an injury report. So,
yeah,
find out at some point. You just got to do it. But, yeah, it is what it is. But, we're going to move on to week 5 here. We're 4 weeks in, things are exciting. We got some fun matchups this week. We're doing some divisional, some intra-divisional, which is always fun. I mean, a little bit of mix now. We're starting to jumble. Things are going to get real, and just like they get real in the NFL, they get real now. Everybody's starting to hit bye week hell. Good luck for that. Good luck in COVID hell. I mean, it's just hell. Let's just say we're in hell right now.
I thought it'd have more flames, though.
Yeah, it is a little bit chilly for hell, but don't worry. We're not, I guess, full hell yet. It's only the first circle, not the first circle. All right. So let's get to this shit.
Yeah.
We'll just start right at the top here. We'll go right up the top of this one. I'm going to go with myself because that always starts me up at the top because why not? We got a rematch going here of 2 weeks ago, myself versus Rachel. Sleeper says it's not going to be great. Lamar just picked up a questionable designation. I don't like that, but whatever. We'll get through it. I don't think either of us are really having COVID issues. So, it's just going to be, let's just see how things go on this one. Lamar Murray, great matchup. My running back's looking a little bit stronger because Kamara's, big boy. Receivers, we saw these guys last week. T.Y. Hilton, I think I saw an interesting stat that T.Y. Hilton hasn't had 87 yards since retired, right? So,
yep.
I mean, it's very interesting. He was big time, and he just, I don't know, just cannot find a rapport with one of these quarterbacks. Gallup's a question. I mean, these guys are all, crapshoots. Nobody's guaranteed anything anymore. There's a lot of Qs in my lineup. I don't like that. I picked up Boswell this morning mainly as I need a kicker, and because I know someone else coveted him very much that wanted us to bend ties on the team, but I had to do it, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, and then the defense is here. I'm a little bit surprised that the Seahawks get such a low number. I mean, Minnesota, other than Cook, sucks. I mean, Kirk Cousins, not that great.
That Seattle defense, I think, is a facade, big man. They've given up a lot of points. They ran some shootouts with some shitty teams. They keep winning. Don't get me wrong. Seattle's 4-0, But I think that's because they're letting, Gordon Ramsay, Chef Russell Wilson back there, actually, they're letting them cook. So, like they claimed they would.
Yeah, that's fair. If we saw him with a 7-pointer, I think you wouldn't really be upset with that.
No, exactly.
I think that's reasonable.
This is just one of those, set your starting lineup and go. See who fucking performs here. I mean, it's starters versus starters. I don't see any issues here other than the little cues that you got on your side. But
there's that COVID there.
Well, there's COVID Corey.
COVID Corey. Now I got 2 COVIDs on my team just for the hell of it. Why not? Let's fucking go. But yeah, I mean, this is a sell lineup and go kind of thing. Nothing crazy. I saw that Flacco's coming in for the Jets. That'll be fun. I mean, doesn't make me feel great about Crowder. For some reason, him and Darnold did pretty good, but Flacco,
Yeah,
he's gonna throw it to somebody, I guess. But
he's got him.
Still Joe. I mean, he washed up last year. He ain't any better this year.
So, Mike, do you ever see Major League?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, who has
in all 3 major leagues?
Yeah, exactly. So Joe Boo.
Yeah, Joe Boo, of course. Yes.
Yeah. So this is kind of my new philosophy, right? At the end when Serrano goes up to bat and he's like, Joe Boo, this is the last time I ask you, and now I say fuck you. I do it myself.
Yeah, exactly.
This has got to be the Joe Boo game for Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was big on the Kenyon Drake bandwagon. I've got him in a couple other leagues. I think I might have.
He was great at the end of last year, isn't he?
Yeah, in the 6 games that he came over after the trade, Kenyon Drake went apeshit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm Mariah, I'm sorry. If I'm Rachel, who, by the way, pay your money. You were given an extension in good faith. Fucking pay.
Yeah, there was an email issue, but that was over 5 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah. The draft happened a month and a week ago. Let's go.
There's only one holdout left.
Yep.
You know what? That's probably the karma that's befallen this team so far.
Yeah, that's why you're over. You're over because you didn't pay your league dues. The time is now. The time is now. Mm-hmm. Send your money, Rachel.
Money.
But this is the Joe Boo game for Kenyon Drake, as far as I'm concerned. I say, fuck you, Joe Boo, if he doesn't do shit for you. This is the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets suck.
The Jets suck. That is fact. Yeah, I think Chase Edmonds is starting to get a lot of steam. So yeah, I agree. This is if Kenyon Drake doesn't put up a game, yeah, he might be. It might be time for him to take a back seat. See ya.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because this is that game. I'm gonna say Kenyon Drake gets 23 plus points. What am I gonna do? I think he's gonna do it.
Ooh, there's a little boldy prediction.
Yeah, bold prediction. Obviously, I'm gonna pick myself on this one because I'm back to betting on myself. I know you always beat me, but I'm playing you. So.
I'm betting on you too, but here's my bold prediction. You may not like it.
I never like it.
This matchup's decided by 5 points.
5 points. I am fine with it if I have the 5 more points at the end.
Well, I'm picking you to win, so
I know. I'm just saying. It's not going to upset me if I win.
But I agree with you. I think this is Serrano comes out on behalf of fuck you, Joe Boo, and Kenyon does his thing.
Listen, if you need a slump buster, this is it. It's the fucking Jets. You can't get more slump busting than that.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care how it comes. If I get a W, I get a W. That's the most important thing. Give me back about 500. Let's do it. We're gonna move on to this next one, and I like here that you're playing your hand close to your vest. We got Rodgers in here. It's a question mark who's gonna go after that.
I like to live dangerously, Mike.
That's smart. I mean, Sleeper's saying you only have a 5% chance to win, but they don't know that you like to live dangerously. That doesn't.
I had a 5% chance to win going into Sunday Night Football last week too. So
yeah, well, that's right. You can go fuck yourself there.
But
too bad Aaron Rodgers isn't going to bail your ass out this time.
Well, no, I mean, look, I tried to throw a little money at Teddy Bridgewater, and thinking that I was the only one that thought that he was still a thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's worth $23.
I mean, I think we have plenty of money. It's throwing it around there is fine, but yeah, that is a surprise move. I mean, that's a lot of money for Teddy.
Yeah, when you got Deshaun in your starting lineup too. I mean, we'll
right.
talk about about that later on to
Right.
Alex's team, but
It's true. It's a very, like, I mean, unless you're expecting Teddy to be good, weeks from now, I mean, maybe it's a bold thing. I mean, I know Teddy's not bad. I think he's, maybe above average, but
he's playing Atlanta. That's why I wanted Teddy Bridgewater. He's playing Atlanta.
he's playing Atlanta.
And we've seen magical things happen to people that play the Atlanta Falcons.
It's true.
Yeah.
They've been leaning on that running game pretty good too, even without McCaff. So
How about this for an award-winning transition? Speaking of magical things, I feel like fucking Harry Potter this week because I'm taking on
shit.
and
Sure.
I'm gonna need some sort of magical spell here to make sure that Kareem Hunt and his goddamn groin remain intact because that's a little worrisome to me.
Yeah, he's the number one. If not, so the one thing I like about your team here is you got these guys who are both the number one status because of injuries.
Uh-huh.
So I mean that's going to be good, and I think relatively favorable matchups too.
Yeah, look, my whole lineup is probably going to change by tomorrow after waivers come through because, look, I don't like Terry McLaurin now with the most inaccurate quarterback in history of the NFL throwing at him with Kyle Allen because they benched
Haskins.
Yeah, and now Robinson is getting shadowed by the best corner in Tampa Bay. I mean, I'm relying heavily on Kitts again. I need Kittle to do some shit. And scroll down to my bench, it's a nightmare. Like it is a nightmare.
Not happy right now, I'll tell you that.
No, it's very running back heavy.
Yeah, you only play two, unfortunately.
I know. I had to get Justin Jackson because as the week shakes out here, I want to see who the true number one is with this whole thing.
True.
I don't know. I'm still holding on to Madison at this point, but
Yeah, I mean he's only valuable if Cook blows something out, which is always possible. I mean, it's a reasonable stash if you got the space because he could. I mean, blows it too. Matt said in that situation would be top 10 running back probably the way they do out there. So
yeah, Carlos Hyde would have been off this morning had Teddy B fallen my way, but
yeah. Well, he's hurt week to week or something, so he
spend big money on him last week because Chris Carson's not supposed to play, and then he's the one that ends up not playing. Like Carson turns out to be healthy, and Carlos Hyde fucks himself into the bench with injury.
That's some black magic too. And then MVS is just here. I mean, he's
eating space until another waiver processes.
Yeah, that's all good. And I don't expect much to change on this side of the board. Leonard is Q. Who knows if he's actually healthy or not? He could hurt himself. A lot of Qs over here. You never know. We got some Chiefs going on. There could be anything going on here. Ridley sucked. Ridley and Evans, they're almost, they shouldn't be this way, but they're kind of like boom or bust, really. I mean, Evans, the one week he did have 2 receptions that were 2 touchdowns, but it was 2 receptions. Ridley had nothing last week in a game where they were throwing all the time. They were down, the whole goddamn thing. So, yeah, I mean, you look at that, and it's. I mean, I think you obviously got a puncher. You got a fucking puncher's chance in hell. You got a decent quarterback in there. I think your running backs have a good chance. You can plug and play some receivers here. You're fucking not going to score 176 again. I'll tell you that.
No, it's definitely not going to be 176 week, and I'm kind of hoping that there's a little goose eggs on the other side of the ball here. After watching week 1, I don't know if anybody can run on the Steelers defense, and I definitely guarantee you Miles Sanders can't do it with our shitty offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, and in theory, who knows how that game's going to go, but in theory, they can get down quick, and it changes a lot of the
exactly. It'll be just
a lot of the effort there.
Throwing passes at people, whomever you may get. But yeah, I just we'll see. I'm picking myself to win.
I'm gonna pick you to win too, of course, because I believe in you.
Well, thank you. I'm picking myself to win, hoping that something's turned around here. But past history usually dictates that that's not the case. So,
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go. I think my bold pick is gonna be that your running backs outscore his running backs by 20+ points.
Ooh, I like that.
For that one,
I like that. My bold prediction isn't really bold. but you know,
Bold enough. Just do it.
Miles Sanders has less than 8.
I was saying it last night. I mean, that's bold. You know, he's fucking projected to get 20.
Yeah, well, that's true. Which I don't know.
And that's a huge chunk less. So, I mean, that's bold. You know, it's not insane, but it's bold. I think it's fun.
Yeah, so that's.
I'll go real bold. Just say Dak Prescott, you know, his leg falls off in the second quarter. I mean, that's bold.
Yeah, but if I'm afraid that if I do that, then the Dallas Cowboys win the division. I don't necessarily want that to be the case.
I don't know if his leg falls off.
Yeah, but I mean, my bold predictions aren't that right all the time.
No, I know. It's not like, you know, I'm just saying, it's not like you pick his leg to fall off. It's not like it's going to become a super leg and he's going to be a goddamn superhero and turn into, you know, God. But all right.
I don't want to risk it.
That's fine. I'm just saying that would be very bold. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying you should do it.
Fair.
Anywho, we're going to move on to this big time matchup of, you know, transactional attorney versus transactional attorney. Well, former, you know, but, you know, this is on paper looking pretty good. These are some big names going up, though, you know, right off the bat, we look and we see 2 quarterbacks that may not play this week, and both have been, you know, are gangbuster players, which could be tough. You know, looking down a little further, you know, Grant's got another Buffalo boy, and, well, we don't know if Buffalo's going to play this week. That's definitely legitimately in question right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And, you know, but otherwise, you know, they got strong players all around here. You know, Mark Cooper could be big, but maybe, you know, Dak decides that he doesn't want to throw him the ball this week and he gets 5 points. And, you know, AJ Green hasn't showed up much, but he's still AJ Green. He's pretty good. I don't know. He could do something. Jefferson's coming on hot. You know, DJ Chark coming on hotter. Fucking Blankenship still sexy. I don't know how he's not projected at 15 points a week. That doesn't make any damn sense just by sexiness alone. And, you know, everything's pretty even here. Again, there's a lot of Chiefs reliance on this side of the ball. You know, who knows what's going to happen. You know, Vegas is kind of a hit or miss there, and Tampa Bay is the same way. So, you know, these defenses could do good. They could do bad. Both are within the realm of possibility. But, yeah, you know, we look down at the bench and, you know, someone's preparing for QB trouble since, you know, we got a COVID designation. There's going to score 0.12 points while with COVID, so it's impressive.
Well, there's still an outside chance that he plays. Did you hear about this? I mean, it's incredibly thin. It's incredibly thin. So he has to have – he's asymptomatic. So apparently to get out of COVID protocol when you have tested positive, if you're asymptomatic and then you have – I can't remember if it's 3 consecutive days of negative tests or 5. I don't remember which.
Yeah, this is whatever the NFL protocol made up.
It's either like 5 days of asymptomatic, like positive, and then you have 2 negatives, or 3 negative tests. I don't remember which exactly it is, but as long as you're asymptomatic, the rules are different for you. You can come back in a shorter period of time. So Cam could potentially play Sunday. I would imagine that that's not going to be the case because, you know, unless you're President Trump, it doesn't just leave your body in 48 hours.
Well, yeah, so, you know, Cam, even though Cam's a well-off dude, he's probably not getting that super drug.
Yeah. So it's that's the reason for the 0.12. But you know, it's just a crazy little fun NFL COVID fact there.
Yeah, I mean that protocol is obviously whatever the NFL is doing. It's not CDC protocol because theirs doesn't give a shit about testing anymore because
slightly different.
we don't want to show positive tests. But yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see. I don't know, these guys can make some moves. You know, I don't know. It's all, you know, you just gotta watch and see. You know, Grant's backup's out, that makes it tough. You know, it's just tough. You know, he might have to let go of Vontae David for the first time, and I know that's gonna be heartbreaking for him.
Well, I mean, he can make some moves here. I mean, doesn't he have? I guess Leonard Fournette's just doubtful. I guess he's not really out yet, but
yeah, but it will be at some point. Obviously, you can hold out and, you know, do what you got to do. He like you is very running back heavy league where that doesn't really work. But moves will have to be made. I mean, you got to make some moves. You got to make some soup anyway. I mean, if Buffalo goes down, he's in deep shit anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is the most at-risk matchup right now is Buffalo and Tennessee because they popped 2 tests this morning. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If they pop another one tomorrow, I'm sure they're going to shut that shit down again.
They would have to, and I truly don't know what's going to happen with it.
Right.
So
I don't know. You can't feel safe that even if they pop 2 tomorrow, and they're like, oh, we'll just play Tuesday if there's nothing else happens. And that doesn't make you feel safe. But
exactly.
They don't care about that shit anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. So here's my bold prediction. You ready?
Good. Bold, yes.
Both kickers go over 12.
Okay.
And then I take D'Lo.
I don't think that's crazy bold, but it is bold. 2 kickers doing it's bold. I will agree with that. And you know what? I'm gonna diverge here. I'm gonna pick Grant. I'm gonna give him a benefit here. His team can score some gangbusters. I think if he has a full healthy lineup, he's gonna score gangbusters.
I agree.
My bold prediction is that both defenses score less than 2 or less points.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree. My prediction is just based solely off the fact that Tennessee may fuck Grant hard in the patootie.
No, I agree. I mean, if they do, yeah, he's in deep shit.
Yep. Hey, before we move on to our next matchup,
yeah,
I forgot that we have a word from a sponsor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, let's do it. I mean, we're trying to make money here. Yeah, sure. We're attorneys, but I mean, if you haven't seen the climate today, attorneys don't really make that much money because we're already $600 million in debt. So
it's true. It's true.
Do people understand sponsors? You can upgrade to the premium version by giving us $100 a month, but otherwise you got to listen.
Yeah. And as a surprise, we also have a sponsor for matchup of the week this week.
Oh, 2 sponsors. Oh,
we have 2 sponsors this week. We have 2 sponsors.
Woo!
All right.
Dinner tonight.
So just as the midway sponsor, our normal average sponsor here, we got a new sponsor coming in.
Nice.
Hungry? Who is it? What kind of a stupid ass question is that? Did you have a few drinks tonight? Of course you did. You're sitting there on the couch contemplating your past accomplishments, dreaming of the good old days when you used to swing it hard and carry your bag around the course, aren't you? Yep. Hey, you smell that? Something burning? Is there a fire? Oh shit, grab the oven mitts and fire extinguisher. You done lit the damn it. You done lit the DiGiorno on fire. Not to worry. We can call Conlon's Oven Fire Pizza. Pizza's so hot, it's on fire in the oven at 2 a.m. while you're passed out drunk on the couch. Be sure to visit our sister company, Conlon's Home Security System. Instant results, safety inspections, and peace of mind, regardless of false alarms.
Yeah.
So there's our new sponsor.
That's the hell. I mean, that's kind of a 2-in-1 sponsor, honestly, because there's a company and a sister company.
It is. It's we're getting up there. We're getting up there.
The best thing about these sponsors is that, they're over video too. So, people aren't realizing that it's a double treat and a double sponsor. I mean, it's 4 times. When you get 2 and 2 together, you get #crypto. We'll do it. Yeah, I like that. That's sponsors. I mean, safety mitts, security. I'm very curious in the security system. If this security system doesn't have a 40-pound chicken that roams the perimeter of my house, then I might not use it. But
it's actually a 250-pound neighbor that comes busting into your house to make sure that you're okay because your false alarm goes off.
Oh, well, shit. I like that. That's pretty good. That's even better than a chicken.
Yeah.
I still want the chicken option. I think they need to work on that because everybody.
Yeah, we need some more cocks walking around here.
Exactly. If you saw a chicken, a 30-pound chicken, not just any chicken, roaming around someone's house, you would not want to fucking go in that house.
Hell no, man. That thing pecks your toes. That'll end your night.
That's right. Listen, you're like, oh, I can outrun a chicken, but you got to be thinking to yourself, if there's a fucking chicken, what the hell else is going on? It's understandable. I get it, but I like that sponsor. I mean, I'm going to have to check them out. Typically, we got to use the sponsors. That's kind of how it works. That's why they sponsor us. So I'm excited about that one.
Good. The one for matchup of the week is pretty good too. I'm thrilled that we have that sponsor too.
It's good. I very much like that. I love our sponsors. Our sponsors are fun. So we're going to go down to this big, big time, big matchup. Heavy hitters. This is definitely the highest projection, over 145 each. I mean, Sleeper knows that there's some shit going on. You look at those records, that doesn't mean anything right now. This is going to be just bing, bang, boozle, boomer. Cat fight, yes. Someone's gonna be unhappy. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Again, we're gonna look here, and obviously the most glaring issues, again, just like we talked about yesterday, is that Team Mariah is heavy on the COVID train. I mean, you got Tennessee, you got KC, you got New England, KC, even some others down here. The COVID train could hit big to Mariah's team, which would just be obviously a killer to that team right now, unfortunately. But there's always that possibility. I mean, Derrick Henry might never play again because his teammates suck ass.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
But
look,
yeah.
Anytime that you get two powerful women matchups like this, where they're both projected to be big. I'm sorry to skip ahead here because I do feel like I'm skipping ahead, but I'm ready to give a bold prediction.
Bold it up.
We have a WNBA championship here.
Wow, that's super bold.
Because not only is that sexist bold prediction?
Yeah, I think so.
But not only do we have the two women in the league, other than Rachel, because she hasn't paid, so she doesn't get to be a part of this conversation yet.
Yeah, of course.
We've got the two winningest women in this league. That's fair. That's factual.
History.
Yeah. We got them going head to head. We also have team affected by COVID, and team I'm just not so sure about the matchup.
That's fair. One thing to note here is Kelly's getting a big hit on the bye week as Aaron Jones is got to take a sideline, and that's obviously been a big time bread and butter pick for her there.
Forcing her to go full buddy system with the Steelers wide receivers.
I think she's going to. Listen, you say the Eagles don't want to show up. I mean, she's just going to bank on that, right? Who knows? They're rested. They're ready to go. I don't know. They're just going to – fucking Roethlisberger's pissed that he had to take a week off and pray an extra Sunday. So he's just going to come out and just sling it away. I don't know. It's very true. You look over here, obviously the QB matchup's better on this side. But the running backs are clearly bigger here. You throw Aaron Jones over there, it makes a better case. But Jones, I mean, Henry and Carson are big timers.
Yep.
Right? Haven't placed two Steelers. I don't know if Michael Thomas gets his ass back in. That's obviously going to be a huge.
And if that game's not canceled because of a hurricane.
And that too, it's kind of both. It's not going to be canceled. They're going to move it to.
They moved to Indianapolis. I know.
Last place.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. They're just going to move it down to Alabama for some reason.
Yeah.
Stadium. Why not? But we got these guys here. Kelsey, he's big, might play. Anderson, I don't know. Teddy Bridge, is he gonna be worth that $23 paycheck? I mean, he's got to prove it. If he is, Robbie's got a big chance. And Slayton's hit or miss. I mean, they're gonna have to throw the ball. Giants. I mean, he had a big week once. I don't know. They do got to throw the ball. I know Daniel Jones was supposed to be better than Eli, which doesn't say much, but still, I could get touchdowns and throw the ball to people. So I mean, that's something. I don't know. Edelman. Everything looks even here. Mariah's going to bank on that defense against the Eagles. It's up to you. Colts against Cleveland. Again, Cleveland's been hot, but Cleveland's still Cleveland. So
yeah, they still Browns themselves.
It's a perfect trap game for the Browns because they're at home. They're playing against an inferior team. They're riding high. People don't think they suck anymore.
Yep.
This is perfect time for them to just hire back Kitchens and nosedive.
Oh, yeah. Look, too, and to touch on the whole Cowboys thing, right now they're the perfect team to play against in fantasy football. I mean, because their defense is trash, and they put up a lot of points. So no matter what, you're chasing in some aspect, unless you're both throwing from the beginning.
Right.
So
it could be something.
Yep. So I don't sleep on the Slayton thing, but I still think this is a WNBA championship. You ready for a second bold prediction for
You're
this?
doing 2 and 1. Holy
Two.
shit. All right. Hit me.
Not only is it a WNBA championship, but it's a WNBA championship where they both put up over 120.
Now that's interesting.
I'm calling for a lot of high scores this week,
You
man.
are. That's bold when there might be 3 games canceled plus buys. But hey, I like where your head's at. Now it's okay. So this is kind of really one prediction in the end. You're saying it's WNBA while they both score over 120.
Correct. Yeah.
It's basically one prediction.
All right.
Two-part one prediction.
It's a 2-part. It's 1 and 1A.
Yeah, I mean, but you're not going to get credit unless they both happen, though.
Well, yeah. All right.
I mean,
What if they both score over 120, though? I don't get
but
that.
you said it's going to be a WNBA and they score. You want to make them 2 separate predictions if they both score over 120?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's 2. I don't say that's a bold prediction. Most people score over 120, Rick, but that's fine. That's fine.
Well, it's bold because I've already made the WNBA call.
Well, I feel like you're hedging your bet on that one. You're
Not
like,
really. It's just kind of they're together. It just
Listen.
makes the WNBA call more bold.
you know what? You do you. It's fine. I mean, I'm just point out some fun facts that obviously Team Mariah is the most tight ends in league history owned at one time on a team. And then, Kelly is the most linebackers owned at one time. I mean,
Yeah, 2 linebackers on your oh my God.
Yeah. This one, we were talking earlier, and she's like, yeah, I made a move today. And I was like, yeah, you picked a linebacker. She's like, I dropped one. I'm like, nope, you just straight added another linebacker. 4 goddamn linebackers on your team.
Oh.
That's bold. I mean, Grant's been doing 2 all year, but, that is not a system to follow. I feel like he's just been lucky with his 2 linebackers. So,
Yeah.
Don't emulate that.
He's just trying to win the Bucket Award.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance you could probably dump Van Der Esch or Kirksey, or even Godare. He's not a linebacker, but dump his ass too. Whatever. That's not a tight end. I mean, she's got 3 tight ends. I mean, they're fighting each other for this tight end linebacker thing.
Honestly, the moment that she gets more injuries, all 3 of those guys have got to go out of that injury designation. That's my advice.
I would say so.
Goddard's a great
Goddard,
player, but
yeah.
Goddard's not going to come back and do much. Van Der Esch and Kirksey, you might as well drop them.
They're sitting on IR. It's like we've said, they're if everybody's doing it right, the top 12 linebackers in points
all available
on rosters, and that's never the case. You look right now, you go into the player rankings, pick linebackers, do season totals, and you'll see, I don't know, maybe 6 out of the top 12 are on a roster. The other couple in the top 25. You'll see some people down around 30. I mean, understandably, linebacker points aren't crazy different, but an extra 2-3 points a week, and we've seen could make the difference.
It's true.
But I'm going to go, I think, I have to do it. I'm just going to pick Kelly first as my pick. And then bold prediction, it's going to be that Deontay Johnson, it's not that bold, outscores Juju by 5 points.
Okay.
Not crazy bold, but, maybe.
I'm taking Mariah in a slight edge just because of the Deontay Johnson prediction that you just made. I just don't – I'm not a big fan of starting 2 pass catchers on the same team because I just feel like it takes away from your overall strategy.
No.
Unless you think that you're going complete air raid on the Eagles defense, which is possible.
It's possible. You say that, and I agree. That's a completely sound strategy. But, if you started CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper last week, you got 7 points. So,
Sure.
Right, it depends. I mean, that's obviously a little different situation because they were playing catch-up. But you never know what the hell is going to happen here. But I get you. I agree 100%. It's bold. It could work. Looking at a bench, there's not too many replacement options right now unless she goes hunting on the wire. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. I think, if Jones was out, was in there, I don't think that would happen. But without him, a call's got to be made.
Kelly, let's make a trade.
Listen, you start proposing shit. I'm sure she'll look. I'm just going to tell her to do it because if someone trades with you, they have a 94% chance of winning the title.
True.
We know how that works. I've seen it. We've all seen it. It works. I think this will be interesting, but we'll have to see. We're going to shuffle on down here. And look, we got another big matchup between some big personalities, the big teams. Sure, Alex is 4-0, but I think Cody's outscoring him right now and, outpace him in points. Whether that means something, I don't know. Obviously, he's feeling Teddy Bridgewater, thinking Teddy might get also designated a running back so that he can play 2 quarterbacks at the same time. I don't know. I think when you got Gibson and Singletary as starting running backs, it feels like you're kind of worried about something right now. I mean, I think Cody's obviously got the big advantage running backs, and he's got Melv, big point Melv sitting on the bench too. So he's got plenty of options to play with.
Oh, yeah.
I think you give a big edge. Deshaun's good. Going against Jacksonville, good. Big Dick Joe, he'll have probably plenty of opportunity to throw the ball. But Baltimore's a pretty good team, so I don't know that that's going to help him point-wise. He's going to have to flip between the burr and the shoe. Right, I think it's the shoe. So,
yeah.
but honestly, I look at these receiver matchups, and again, I think feels like Cody's got an edge on this one. Lockett's been money with that. Keenan Allen's coming back alive. Tyler Boyd, he's the number 1 now in Cincinnati. That's just not.
Yeah, it's definitely not AJ.
Yeah, it's big time, and he's sitting on a kicker vibe. I'm sure he'll fix that. And everything else is even here. The Patriots against Denver is a good matchup. The Ravens against Cincy, Cincy could put up points, but they're most likely going to turn the ball over in this one, I would think. But we'll have to see. We're looking on the bench. You got Teddy, and not too many options. We're sitting on all our running backs, but they're not going to make you feel good. This is the new Johnson in Cleveland. If Chubb or if Hunt's out, I'll have to probably be a spot start there. I would.
Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat if Kareem doesn't play.
Yeah, Green don't play. So I think there might be a couple changes. You got Julio. He's just maybe trying to bait the points here. I don't know if Julio's hurt. We got a Q there, but I don't think Julio's not going to start if he's hurt. But I don't know. I'll find out. They're sitting in these reserves, meaning nothing. But yeah, I think this one will probably be close. The 2 teams are pretty good. But I think I'm gonna go. I think Alex is gonna get his first loss. We'll give it to Cody to just muddle the waters up. And I think I'm gonna go bold prediction here. I'm gonna leave it open because I'll let Cody make his decision. But I think Cody's quarterback will outscore Deshaun by 7+ points.
I highly disagree with you, bud.
That's fine. You can do whatever you want.
I'm taking Alex here. I'm not taking him here in a big landslide or anything, but I'm taking Alex. And I've got Deshaun scoring pretty well, and then I have kind of see, this is where I'm kind of screwing myself here, but I have a 2-part bold prediction again.
Okay.
Antonio Gibson goes for over 25.
Okay. Bold.
Because Kyle Allen loves to check shit down. That's why Christian McCaffrey went 1,000 last year.
That's fair.
And bold prediction number 2 for this matchup, Darren Waller is Cody's highest scorer on his bench.
Okay. Now, you're just saying he's the highest. What if he starts his ass?
I mean, that's his highest scoring player on his team. I'm saying Darren Waller.
That's fair. I just wanted to make that clear. I think that.
Yeah. You're right, because I
No, I'm just trying not to pen you a corner, because if you're going to say it's bench and he takes him off the bench, you get issues. But I mean, I get the point. I get what you're saying. I think that is a bold one. There's a lot of people in front of him. You say highest score player overall?
On his team overall.
Okay. All right. We got it. That is, we want to talk bold. That's motherfucking bold. So I love it.
Yeah.
Bold. Now we're going to get to our matchup of the week.
Oh, wait. Sponsor read first.
Okay. Yes. We got to sponsor this matchup.
The matchup of the week is brought to you by the following. Hey, you. Psst. Yeah, you on your phone watching YouTube. What's the next video you got coming up? Really? That's embarrassing. You know how those are things that are determined, right? Yep, that's right. Algorithms based off of what you search. Need a hand with that? Got just the thing. Kelly's Internet Search Scrubbing Service. No longer will you have to hide your search history away like Anne Frank in the attic during World War II. With Kelly's Internet Search Scrubbing Service, you can proudly display all your internet history to even the most easily offended of grandmothers. Porn? Never heard of it. Googling to dismember dead bodies? No, you weren't. Not anymore. Not with Kelly's Internet Search Scrubbing Service. Your internet search history will be tamer than Disney Junior on a Sunday morning. Kelly's Internet Search Scrubbing Service. Clean your browser. Save your marriage.
It's very true. A lot of people need that, I'm very sure. I think that is important. It's very much, I think I heard how that product works is that, you would send her all of your passwords and then she'll just go in and start searching other things,
Kind of.
go away. Which it works, we'll make it realistic. Like, that Preparation H hemorrhoid cream, or how to get good at fantasy football, or is Saquon really still playing, or what happened to Keyshawn? He was pretty that one time.
It's true. Remarkably tame internet search services.
That's right. I think that's a pretty good service. I mean, that's a hell of a sponsor. I think, again, we have to use these products, hashtag use them or lose them. I think that's a good one. I understand. I think it's embarrassing if like you're watching a podcast and, the next video that comes up is, Miss, Millennial Gay 2020.
Yeah.
It's all girls. And if you are a girl, I mean, that's cool. You know what? You can watch whatever, I guess, beauty pageant it is, whatever you want. You watch whatever porn you want. I mean, who cares? This is America. You watch whatever porn you want. As long as it's not, illegal porn, obviously. I don't think that shouldn't have to be said, but we might as well say it because I'm sure there's some nasty motherfuckers in this group who would do that. So don't do that. Bad. Keep it legit. It can be weird. There's nothing wrong against weird stuff. You like pee-pee porn or poo-poo porn, you do what you got to do, but don't make it illegal. Come on, be smart about it. I mean, Jesus.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
You got to draw the line somewhere, right? You can be weird. Nobody's against weird. I mean, you do you. If you want to watch someone shove a whole can of Pepsi up their butt before you decide which lineup is the best one for your team, you do that. I mean, if it works, it works. You want to get that trophy. You want to get that money. This is all for money, too. We're not doing this just for fun. Trophy, if you haven't seen it.
Got to get paid.
It's fucking etched on that goddamn thing. Well, it's etched adjacent, but it's on there. Like,
hell yeah.
Can't get it off either because you try to get that shit off, you're going to cut your hands. And I don't want to do that. No one wants to do that. It's on there for good. So that's
exactly.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to win.
Yeah.
Fucking win. Be important.
Hashtag thank you to our sponsors.
Right, yes. I do love our sponsors. I mean, they're amazing this week. I can't wait to use them later. But we have pretty good sponsors. That's another reason this pod's great and why we have to require a 5,000 follower limit because
absolutely. Can't just have any
big time. They're sponsors for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You can't just have anybody on here. Jesus, it's ridiculous.
No one's offering products like these.
We get to this, fun. I think it's going to be a big matchup of the week. It's a very odd one. Looking at its face, this is usually a flip script from what we typically see between these two teams. We got, Conlon on the one hand, 3-1 on the rise, scoring tons of points. And you got Tim on the other who's, falling just fucking faster than, the U.S. stock market. And, it's just not looking great. He's always usually up here, the number one scorer, touching his butt for the last 3 years. But now he's, looking in trouble. He decided to drop Lamar. You have to go with Matt Ryan, which, typically you think that's good. But, Matty Ice is no better than Natty Ice right now.
It's true.
For all those you don't know, yeah, sure, you drank it when you were 18 in college. But it's, let's be real. No one's doing that shit anymore.
It's time to grow up and not drink that shit anymore.
Yeah, you don't drink that shit. Get the fuck out of here. I think it's tough. We look, a big Thursday night matchup, looming for Collins quarterback. I think that's tough. Chicago sucks, sure, but it's Thursday. I don't know. Brady's not used to that, disrespect of not playing in primetime non-Thursday edition every time. So I think that's tough. We got to think a pretty good quarterback matchup. Mark Davis has been gangbusters. He's going against Atlanta. But can he keep that up? I mean, I don't know. He might as well fall to grace at some point. Jacobs has obviously been big. Taylor had some big weeks. Mixon has some big weeks. You never know. DeAndre just gets 55 targets a game. I'm sure that will continue. And again, this receiving crew is definitely the best in the league right now. Hopkins, Diggs, Hill. There's no doubt about it that they are the best receiving crew. It's easy peas. Sammy Watkins is always hit or miss. Metcalf, he'll probably get you some points. Hurst, again, not feeling so good about that. The kickers are the kickers, whatever. Defenses, Broncos against New England, that's really dependent on who the hell's playing for them. Again, it's tough. I think I look at Tim's team too. There's a lot of potential COVID type situations out there.
Could get hairy.
Yeah, you got Jacobs, you got Watkins, and your defense. But I mean, there's a couple over here: Tyreek Hill, Diggs. There could be some COVID nightmares. I mean, again, that's the world we live in right now is COVID nightmares. But yeah, I think, you look at these benches, there's really not much going to change here. Godwin's half dead. That sucks. Adams, bye. Eckler out. I mean, yeah, you're missing your team. But, it's not looking so great for Tim, but that doesn't necessarily mean nothing.
I mean, talk about a hard pivot. You lose, the running back that you take early. I mean, I guess he kept Eckler, but still, you take Eckler's an early round pick. Yeah. And
Adams is a keeper too. I mean,
yep. And Godwin. I mean, the namesake of this team.
Yeah, Godwin too. That's right. They're all keepers. Yeah.
Yep.
All out.
And he managed to pivot, and he got Mike Davis, who's been doing well. He's got Josh Jacobs in there that's doing okay, and he gets every bit of this Carolina-Atlanta Falcons game. So, in Mike Vick's days, that used to be a big, matchup in favor of the Falcons. But, who knows now? I don't think anything's in the Falcons' favor.
No, I mean, you know what? They're 0-4. They've been at least the best circus act of the season for sure. I mean, it's incredible the leads they've blown. I think one thing you should do is if you're one of those, gamblers, you go online, you do the sports betting, watch the Falcons game, and if they have a lead going into the fourth quarter, bet $10 on fucking Carolina.
Oh yeah,
make pretty good money, I think. I'm sure they're going to fucking blow it. The funny thing we think about all that, too, with Atlanta is for how shitty they've been is that if not for their complete fucking botching of that onside kick, which was an absolute disaster, the Cowboys would be 0-4. So double fuck Atlanta for taking that from us.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But they're a train wreck. Both teams, they're all fucking train wrecks. I think bold predictions are tough here. But I'm going to go bold. I think Tim's going to come back because it hurts my, potential division stuff. But, I think Tim's going to come back. I think he's going to get a win. And, this is another interdivision matchup. Remember, last week, the Hughes went 6-0. So we got a couple interdivisions. This is one of them. This team's got to come back. We got to get back on the same page. Our division's got to show up. Got to prove it, even though they're all fucking dead. I think my bold prediction is that Matt Ryan's going to have 35 plus.
That's not bad. It's not bad. I'm taking Conlon to win,
of course.
And here's my bold prediction.
All right.
He does it without Stephon Diggs, and scroll down for his receivers,
Sure.
and without Tyreek Hill getting more than 15.
Okay, Diggs and Hill less than 15.
Well, Diggs out. I'm calling
Diggs out. Okay, so Diggs out.
I think we're gonna have a problem. I'm this kind of goes for everybody else's teams. Heads up. I don't think this game's getting played.
That's fair. I mean, it's very reasonable to think that. I mean, we don't even know what the hell it's going to look like if it even does. Right? I swear, if they pop a positive test again today, they got to cancel that shit. Or tomorrow. They pop one more, it's you fucking cancel it because, or push it, or do whatever they're going to do. Which I mean,
tell Aaron Rodgers you're not on bye anymore. Come out and play these guys.
There you go. Buffalo and Green Bay. Let's get it. I know Grant would like that. That's for sure.
That would actually be a pretty decent matchup. Those two teams, I think they're undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both up there. I think so. Yeah, the Bills are killing it right now, and yeah, so are the Packers. That'd be a good one. That'd be a weird Super Bowl, but it would be good. I think that'd be fun.
It's a very 90s Super Bowl.
It really is.
The 90s and early 90s meshing together.
It's true. You're right. That's when you could see it from. You could see everybody in their starter jackets out there for that Super Bowl.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, but there you go. That'll do it.
Yeah. I think we got some fun. I think we got some fun matchups again. We're back for the most part into interdivisional play, which has been a disaster for one side so far. You look to get back. I think obviously the big takeaway for anybody is, keep the updates. Check ESPNs, check your Twitters, check your NFL.com, check Sleeper. Sleeper has message boards. They post shit all the time. You can get alerts for that. They'll send you those alerts all the goddamn time.
Yep.
But let's keep it up there. There's 3 games definitely are questionable. One, more so than the others, one less than the others. But I mean, it's obviously, the way where the Cam thing happened last week, anything is possible for anybody. You'd like to think that now that tests are starting to filter out, that people would be better. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's just, keep on your toes.
Yep.
You got daily waivers at 11 a.m. So 11 a.m.
Nothing's out of control anymore.
You just got to watch. I think it's the one thing I'll say I love about the way we have our setup here is I love the daily waiver system because it gives everybody a chance to catch up on the news. It's kind of shitty, I think, right, if you're just the quickest person to watch your Twitter feed and the quickest person to snatch somebody up, someone gets hurt or it's COVID or whatever. So it's good. I like the system. I like Sleeper. I think it's good. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be a good week, but everybody's got to keep watch. Who knows? A couple games might not get played. We got bye weeks. This is where your managers are starting to make your money. You got to make some moves. You got to get creative. You can't just sit on the fucking big namers and hope for the best now. Now we got to start making moves. You got to start making things. Trading season's open. People start flying around offers. I'm sure anybody will listen to an offer. So it's you might as well throw it out there. And listen, fun thing is we got this great message board sitting right on the app that goes to everybody. Everybody can see. Just be like a team is when they're negotiating with a player for a contract. But I offer them the world. They won't give me nothing.
Yeah.
Start throwing out there.
You got to control the message.
That's right. You get out there, control the narrative, and do it. Make people feel bad. People jump on your side. It's good.
Sure.
What we do.
Yeah. Exactly right, big guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has been real. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Fucking get at it. Take a poop. Tinker, stinker. Shove a can somewhere. I don't care. Jerk off, stinker. No, tinker, jerk off. Whatever. Do what it is it takes. And, hey, man, good luck.
Good luck to you. Good luck to everybody. Fuck the Steelers this week.
Fuck you.
Love you. Peace, everybody.
See ya.
Come on. Sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Nigga niggas don't think shit stink. Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if they head right, Biggie there every night. Papa been school since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls walk to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily.
Take that.
Easily. Recently, niggas frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace. Keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace. With my peace. Packing, asking who.